We live?
Yep.
Okay. What's up, guys? I'm Dirty Mike. I'm a member of the Auburn Fishing team, and we're starting a podcast. That's what this is. These are my co-hosts.
What's up, guys? Such, coming at you from getting ready to start off something big here with the podcast.
What's going on, guys? Logan Parks, or better known as LFP. I'm the Auburn University Bass team president, and we couldn't really come up with a name for this podcast, so just like the 4th Bass Nation event location, it's TBD.
We'll come up with something eventually. Just
Yeah.
like they'll figure out where that tournament is eventually.
Well, the only difference is they know where the tournament is. We do not know what the name's going to be.
That's fact. TBD.
We don't have a date for it either.
Speaking of tournaments, what do y'all think about the schedule?
A lot of spotted bass, as always.
Lots of spotted bass.
I think they took a total of. They always do a good job, like putting on the tournaments and everything. But at first, I was pretty pissed. It was not very diverse schedule, but I mean, I came around to it. I think it's the one that us, especially our team, can do well in.
I really feel like the Smith Lake event being in April this year, there's going to be a lot of largemouth caught compared to like previous Smith Lake tournaments for college bass.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know. I'm happy that Bass Nation was able to put something together for us, being as like they had to do it last minute. You know, they turned around, they did the national championship, and then they just immediately are trying to figure out a schedule for us, plus the Elite Series, plus the Classic, plus the Opens. So, like, I'm happy we were able to get a somewhat normal season back on track, and they are all pretty similar fisheries, but that's all places that we've been before. You know, we've fished Norman 2 years ago, and we fished Smith and Cumberland this year, and I'm excited for Cumberland because everyone that was from there when we fished that event said it's a lot better in the spring. So we could potentially have 3 spawn tournaments depending on Smith, Cumberland, and then the northern event. So I think it could be pretty good.
What's the timeline of the Cumberland tournament?
It's May 5th, I think.
Yeah, 5th and 6th.
That'll be sweet.
Conveniently right on finals week. But no, it's not that big of a deal. I'm excited for Smith. Last year had a really bad tournament on Smith, so April will be. I think it'll be a lot of fun. There'll still be some betters around, and there'll be bait fish spawn.
Yeah,
the shad and the herring, and I think it'll be a good time.
I'm looking forward to Smith. I mean, we've qualified for the Natty there the past 2 years, and it has been like I guess March and then February last year. So get a whole new month this time, but I've traditionally done pretty well there, so I'm excited. Most excited about that one probably.
Yeah, Smith definitely sticks out to me, even though we've been there. But it's such a windy lake that these tournaments have 250 boats. You actually have space in that one.
Yeah, it
That's
fishes
these
real big.
Really too. That's what I like about it. They also have to. I guess a lot of people don't realize that, but with the 250 boat field, I mean, besides Lay, but that's just the Wildcat, and they're all really big lakes that you can spread out.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are y'all's thoughts on the switch to the 2-day format?
That is something that is going to be. I mean, I say I'm bummed about it. I've never made a 3rd day, but I don't know. 2 days is. I like that they did it on Friday and Saturday rather than Thursday and Friday. That allows us to not miss as much class.
I think I'd care a lot more if I had a chance of fishing a 3rd day.
Yeah,
I don't think I've caught 2 limits in a college bass tournament back to back.
I'm a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Those 3-day events, that's pretty special. Like when you get to be one of the only 12, or like my freshman year, they let everyone that qualified for the Natty fish on the 3rd day. But when you're one of the top 12, that's pretty special. And I guess they're still doing it at the national championship, but I really enjoyed having a 3rd day of competition against not 250 other boats.
Yeah, I thought that was. I was bummed about that too, because there's a lot of us guys on the college tour that want to fish the Opens to make the Elites, and obviously a big difference between just weekend tournaments in the Elite Series and the Opens is managing your fish over a period
that's
of
what
time.
I was about to talk about.
So, I mean, a 3-day tournament, it's a whole lot different than just going out there on a weekend and cracking them one day. You actually have to manage how many fish you catch each day and make sure that you're set up for success, making the cut, and then also, once you're in the cut, having a shot at the win.
Yeah, it definitely changes dynamics fishing between 2 days and 3 days. It doesn't seem that big, but that really changes the way you fish and practice too.
Yeah, absolutely. You're out there for a whole week pretty much, 6 days, if you practice 3 days. So.
And I mean, with the tournament being, I guess it's Friday, Saturday, but like for the Bass Nation events, we've always missed a week of class anyways. So
Yeah,
I kind of wish that it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I mean now I'm just gonna miss a week of class for a 2-day event. But it is what it is.
Is it Thursday, Friday?
I think it's Friday, Saturday.
Friday, Saturday.
See, Friday, Saturday's better for like.
Is it Thursday, Friday?
Thursday, Friday.
See, that's
Okay,
see,
so
I'm not cool with that because
Yeah.
like someone who works a bunch and has to go to class, like that's just hard to manage. Like skipping class is one thing, but skipping class and skipping work is like a lot
You
more
got
difficult.
2 people on you.
A lot of Zoom sessions on the boat this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Definitely got to have unlimited data with this kind of deal.
My teacher on the syllabus day Zoom, she said, I want you guys to be in a professional setting. I mean, not in your pajamas. I had one guy last semester that zoomed in from his boat. And I was like, uh-oh, we're going to have a problem.
Did you ask who it
That
was?
could be about 80.
Nah. It was like a wake surfing boat. She was saying that
okay.
he was like out on the lake surfing or something.
So he was boozing.
Yeah, but we're going to be bassing.
We'll be bassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bassing over boozing.
No, what you tell her this is a professional environment because I plan on being a professional angler.
I'm dressing as the job I want to get. Not
Yeah.
The job I have.
Exactly.
So, 2-day events, Thursday, Friday.
What do y'all think about Norman? You think it's going to be raining ice again?
Hopefully
Real quick,
not.
though, I wish they would have made the decision to change the 2-day event at St. Lawrence River because, you know.
You would've won.
we'd have won, yeah. That 3rd day will get you now, boys.
Logan knows a lot about that 3rd day grind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But you said, Norman, and you were saying earlier that you think there could be 3 spawning events. It's definitely possible to have 4. Just because, I mean, March, you never know. I mean, it's a little further up north and for there to be a whole big wave of beds, but I mean, it's definitely possible.
Well, here's the thing about Norman is we were there and it was like 20 degrees and there were fish on the bed because there's a power plant on the south end and the water stays hot down there.
There's 2 power plants on the lake, so.
Norman's got them nuclear bass.
I'm pretty sure I heard Nolan Miner say he caught some on a topwater that event.
He caught a 7-pounder off of a bed that event.
Yeah, so like
So, I mean, yeah. And when was that?
February.
it was February and it was literally raining and the rain was turning to ice before it hit the boat.
Yeah,
that was
I mean,
the
that's
coldest
definitely
boat
possible.
ride I've ever experienced.
I told myself I'm so scarred from that lake I'll never fish it again, even if it's where the classic I qualify for is at. Of course I'd still fish the classic though.
All it is docks.
So many docks and some river shoals.
Yeah, I was listening to Brian Thiff's podcast, and him and Matt Airy, and they were saying that there's so little bait on the lake that the bass have started to eat other bass.
Get
I
that
don't
baby
doubt it.
bass fluke.
But I mean, us being from Auburn, it reminds me a lot of Lake Martin, just looking at it, just with all the boat docks and how it apparently isn't that great of a lake fishing wise, but I'm excited for it.
It does have a lot of Lake Martin vibes, except there's eelgrass, if you can find it. And I didn't know this, but like some guys put in at a different ramp just to speed up loading and unloading. And one dude on our team, Peyton McCord, he got back to the hotel, and I just saw all this eelgrass on his trailer.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, there's grass? Because I'm a grass fisherman. And I was just like hyped up, but we never found it or fished it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I guess let's speculate where that TBD is going to be.
I don't know, man. I'm a little bit. I was really leaning towards Lake Champlain. I felt like it had to be on Champlain.
It's got to be a lake landlocked by the U.S. just because of Canada's COVID restrictions. You would think.
yeah.
You would think.
The Elite Series went to St. Lawrence, and they put in out of Clayton, and
Just couldn't fish in Canada.
And they all rode to, like all the leaders rode to Ontario, but they were only allowed on the U.S. side.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was on Champlain, but because of it's a leap year, so it was June 7th and 8th,
I can pull
or
it
the
up.
8th and the 9th. Let's figure out those dates. 'Cause my birthday's June 8th, so that'd be
Happy
good.
birthday, LFP.
In
That'd
June.
be a good win. That'd be a good birthday present. But I know that the season, they got like a weird fishing season up there.
Yeah, so that's what I heard, that New York's not going to be open.
At all?
Yeah.
Like the whole state?
Like the bass season's not open.
So this is a statewide thing, not a lake
So
specific?
the season, it's lake specific.
Okay.
So like the St. Lawrence River opens the third weekend of June for bass fishing.
So it's not going to be the St. Lawrence.
But Champlain opens the second weekend of June.
But this takes place on the first weekend.
It's like the middle of this like second week. So like the 8th and the 9th or the 7th and the 8th is like a Wednesday, Thursday.
I wonder if Bass could get us a pardon or a waiver or something for that.
What did you see on the sign up when we all signed up? The date on the actual thing that said TBD was June 12th.
Yeah,
which
you
is
couldn't sign up.
Saturday. So
Yeah, and
maybe they move the date and make it on Champlain.
and you can't
Maybe
sign up
because
for
it's
it
summer,
until a while later.
Well, why would they make it only on a weekend in the summer? They should do the opposite.
You just can't practice.
I'm
Yeah.
working my way through that.
Well,
You have to walleye fish and practice.
Canada Rob was telling me that on Champlain it's different than St. Lawrence. That like you can fish and throw, like it's catch and release until that weekend, but like St. Lawrence is you can't fish for bass at all.
Well, were you planning on releasing them?
Well, if we're practicing, it'd be all catch and release, so
Well,
we could technically practice until that weekend. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was just saying we usually throw them in grease when we get home, but
Throw them in the grease.
I mean, I guess with COVID and everything, we just
Yeah.
can't.
We don't want any COVID bass.
That damn COVID.
I would really like to see a tournament on Cayuga.
That would be badass.
I've never been there, but I heard it's got hella grass.
Just watching like the Elite
Yeah.
Series that was there when Hackney was flipping. He was flipping like
Yeah.
milfoil in like 9 foot of water, just snapping them.
Yeah, and then
And it's largemouth.
this past year, or whenever they were there last, Jamie Hartman won, and he was catching them deep cranking, and that was pretty sick.
Yeah.
And
I just feel like you can like do a lot of cool stuff out there.
yeah, it's also like 400 feet deep because it's a glacier lake.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
They get like all those Finger Lakes up there. They get like 400 to like 700 feet deep. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've heard that.
I wouldn't mind going to St. Clair either. You know, I don't know if
Detroit?
they would take us to Detroit or not, but
Through the hood.
yeah, dude, we might get our trucks broken into, but
You got to take the boat down 8 Mile.
yeah. We went there this summer, me and Tucker Smith. Shout out Tucker. No free shout outs, but
No more free shout-outs.
it was pretty
Venmo charge coming
pretty
in.
interesting place, dude. I mean, it's flat as a pancake. They're
Is
like
it really?
they're like fishing humps, and you're fishing like a half a foot depth change over half a mile.
It's Okeechobee, but
Is
it's
there like rocks or anything?
Not really. I mean, there's a few.
that
but
sandgrass.
When we went, like Canada was closed, like it has been all summer, and so apparently that's where the juice is. So like if we do go there, I wouldn't recommend fishing the U.S. side if we're allowed to fish Canada, because I found there's not much there.
Nothing in America.
Our best day we had like 18 pounds, but like then the Elite Series goes there a week later and just embarrasses us. So just
Yeah.
shows those
Shout-
guys are good.
No free shout out, Shades Weidler. Came in with the win.
Yeah, clutched it up.
Clutched it up.
Impulse Lithium.
Impulse Lithium.
Team sponsor right there.
That's
no
not
more
a
free
free
shout-outs.
shout out. Shout
That's
out
not
Impulse-
a
That's
free
a
shout-out.
paid
Shout out.
shout-out. That's
Paid
100% a paid shout-out.
Shout
You're
out
right.
Impulse Lithium. Changing the game, affordable lithium batteries.
Oh, yeah. A lot of
So-
guys are running those lithiums, too.
Yeah, dude. They well, it was cool because I Bill Weiler, he lives pretty close to me. Growing up, and I'm friends with his son Tucker and
Old Tucker.
old Chubbs, and but he started that company, and then now he's got Lee Livesey, who won an event, and Frank Talley, who won an event. They won 3 in a row,
You got Brandon Polnick too.
and he's got Brandon Polnick, yeah?
Is he?
Yeah. Brandon Polnick put it on his story like a week ago.
And he's got the Auburn University Bass team. So I mean,
Yeah.
Impulse is killing
We're
it.
built different, so
Built different.
Killing the game.
I mean, that's a breed of champions.
yeah.
All
Well-
right, so I know we asked some friends to give us some questions for stuff to talk about tonight. Our boy Justin Barnes. What's college bass fishing going to look like in the future?
Yeah, I know I don't know. It's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna get bigger. I mean, with that, it's obviously if there's.
I feel like depending on the amount of participation we get, there could be some conference action going on, and then for like the small schools, just group them into like an independent conference.
But
I don't know. I feel like it'd have to be like statewide because like we're a big D1 school, and like
we're the small guys.
We compete with Alabama, but like it's more of like us versus Montevallo versus UNA versus like some smaller schools.
Statewide would be good because they could almost do like the Bass Nation way. You fish a few tournaments and then you have a state championship and you go on, and then every state has like a national championship they fish against.
I don't know,
but it's got to be qualification.
I feel like the only fair way to do it is to have everybody, because like
I agree.
If the team wins the championship from Minnesota, that's not really going to be equal to the championship from Texas or Alabama or
that's how they
Florida,
did it.
Whatever.
That's how they did it in high school. But then, like I remember my senior year of high school or my junior year, we had an open tournament on Lay, and it was a Bassmaster Open, which actually a kid on the team, Jordan McCaleb, no free shout-outs, won. And there was like 350 boats or something like, or no, there was like 280, I think, and we snuck in and qualified to that one. But it was like Lay Lake it's not that big, and it's got 280 boats on it.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't a spot you could fish. So then this past year, the Alabama Bass Nation had a split, or my senior year, so 2019, they had to switch it to 2 divisions. So we had the Tiger division and the Tide division, and the top like 10 or something, or top whatever from each division competed each other in the state championship, which was a full field of. So instead of there being like 200 to 300 boats, there was like 100 to 200 boats in each division that competed against each other. So I could see them doing something like that.
Yeah, I guess
something like how the Opens has the Southern, the Central, and the Northerns. I could see them doing something similar to that.
Yeah, I'll tell you one side of the industry that I think is starting to gain some traction that I think we'll see really, really get big in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years is the kayak fishing side of things. Shout out Native Watercraft. It's one of our big team sponsors.
Paid sponsor.
Been on there for a while. We've been running with them for 4 years now, I believe. But I think that you saw where they announced the Kayak Bass Fishing KBF College Series this year. I think that that's something that could potentially get really, really big because I think there's a lot of guys that want to fish in college that would like to compete, but they don't necessarily have the means to do that, whether it's the boat or like the time off school or whatever. But, they could have a kayak and compete in that stuff. So I think that could be.
That's what anytime someone asks you, like, to explain college basketball, they're like, well, do they give you a boat? And we're like, no, we have to have our own boat.
Yeah.
So,
must be nice to go to one of those schools.
Yeah. Auburn, I don't think Auburn knows what a boat is.
I'll tell you what I like about the Kayak Bass Fishing League. They fish in Florida. It'd be awesome to fish a college tournament in Florida, not on Lake Seminole.
Hey, we fished one in Florida. You just didn't qualify for
Yeah,
it.
I'm not good enough to qualify. I just want to go out there and zero on somewhere I feel comfortable.
Well, no surprise it only took half an episode for Dirty Mike to bring up that he's from Florida.
Yeah, Dirty Mike, he's from Tampa, in case everyone didn't know.
Yeah, he's a Tampa legend.
Don't worry, I'll reiterate that every week.
We're going to have to go into a deep dive in the history of Dirty Mike one of these episodes.
Yeah, the Dirty Mike.
He's like the Great Gatsby.
Claims to be a foreigner in Alabama, but, he's been here longer than I've been alive, I think.
You were born in 2015?
Almost.
So, back to the college series. I got a couple questions for both of y'all.
All right.
Start with you, Dirty Mike. What are you most looking forward to about this year's college series, and what are you least looking forward to?
That's a good one. Probably most looking forward to Smith Lake because I got another tournament about 2 weeks after that on Smith Lake, so it's kind of like going to help me get a little extra practice and maybe clue me into something. Even if it's not me catching them, I'll get to listen to what these guys say at the weigh-ins. Probably least looking forward to the fact that I think it's going to be my last year competing. It's kind kind of sad, but it's time to move on.
You're gonna make me cry over here.
It's just how it is. I'll still be around. I'll still be around the guys on the team and everything, but I think competition wise, it'll be my last year fishing any college derbs.
Yeah, man, just get us all in our fields real quick. But I think I'm most looking forward to Norman. I've been to Smith a bunch of times growing up in Alabama, and then I went to Cumberland last year, which was cool. But I was still in high school when y'all fished the Norman event, and Jake, my brother partner, he didn't fish it either. So I'm looking up to get like a fresh start on a lake that I've never been to. I love breaking down new water. I think that's just really cool. That's one of the good things about college fishing, that you get the opportunity to go to these lakes that you wouldn't just drive to go to.
And more than a lake, you get to go see like cities and stuff that you probably generally wouldn't go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I've seen Atlanta a little bit too many times. We have to go through almost anywhere we go. But, yeah, Norman, I'm looking forward to Norman. What about you, LFP?
That's a tough one. I'm most looking forward to not having to fish against Nolan Miner and Casey Lanier. No free shout-outs, but shout-out because those boys are some hammers.
Dude, Nolan catches so many fish.
Dude, all species, every size.
Especially with this clear water dominant schedule.
Yeah,
I feel
dude.
like that'd be
Yeah.
I mean, you
right up his alley.
He might
put
go back
him-
for his NBA.
You put him on any lake, and he's gonna weigh in 12 pounds every single day. Like,
Yeah, I've never met Nolan, but I've seen him just from. I mean, if you fish college, you've seen what he's done.
consistency is key, and that's he's consistent. But for real, what I'm probably most looking forward to is the Northern event.
Forgot about that one.
It's TBD, but I mean, traditionally, like I've spent some time up there fishing for smallies. I mean, it could be like Northern as in like Virginia. You know, we don't really know, but I'm really hoping it's going to be a Northern smallmouth event, and I'm excited about that. If it is, so just keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, hopefully we do have a smallmouth event. I'm looking forward to that.
All right,
And,
I got a good question.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
What's the phrase in fishing you hate the most? The cringy phrase that you hate? I know what Logan's is. I'll let him
You
explain
go first.
it.
Let me think.
I hate when people say haunts. I cannot stand it.
You don't like it when they're on their summer haunts?
Dude, no. It'll be like whoever's on Bass Live, like this time of year they get on the deep water haunts and the ledges, or they're on their shallow water haunts in the pre-spawn phase. Like, what is a haunt? It's not Halloween, bro.
And you only see it when you're like Googling a fishing report for a lake you're gonna go fish.
Yeah, you'll always like
it's like local fishing reports.
Yeah, Lake Norman local fishing report. February, they're going to be transitioning probably on their deep water haunts, moving shallow.
Wait, the winter time, what are they going to do in winter and on Lake Norman? They'll be in their winter haunts. Like,
Yeah.
What does that mean? For me, I think we use the word hammer way too much.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
hate it when, or just like,
Is the
It's
emoji
just-
better?
I was about to get to the emojis. The emojis are the worst part. It's like a default. I think anyone, I mean, if you post a picture with you with a fish, you're getting at least 14 hammers on your thing. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a 1 pounder, someone's going to throw one on there.
Hammer.
That must be only you, man. Nobody ever comments on my post.
Be
and
sure to light up LFP with hammers next time.
At Logan_Parks_fishing.
We're going to cut that out. No free shout-outs.
I feel like when you post a fish pic, one hammer emoji equals 1 unit of clout.
we need someone to...
We need
see
a hammer
how ma-
police.
Yeah, how many hammers are dropped on Instagram posts through this season?
Yeah, let's when we post this
Whoever
podcast,
wins.
if you follow us all the way through, if you don't get bored with us and you're listening right now,
Post a hammer.
everybody comment a hammer on this post. Because,
Drop a hammer.
Let's see how many hammers we can get on one Instagram post.
Let's see
Maybe.
who listened all the way through.
Okay, maybe out of like all the hammer comments, we like randomly select one person and send them a hat or something.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
I've
Yeah.
got this one spot where these real hammers just getting their summer haunts. It's awesome.
I think I just died inside a little bit.
I think our battery's dying.
Yeah,
We're
looks like
getting low.
we're getting low, so we're gonna sign off on the TBD podcast.
Real quick, I hate it when people say the water looks like chocolate milk. It doesn't look like chocolate milk.
Replace the battery.
Do what?
You keep going.
Okay, well, time out. We're just gonna do a quick commercial break. we don't have any commercials to give, so no free shout-outs.
Well, the camera's going to be dead during the commercial.
A few moments later.
What's up, guys? We are back live for the TBD podcast.
Yeah, we are.
Yet to be named, but
AU Bass Team, TBD.
it's the Auburn University Bass Team. We're here with my co-host, LFP, and the notorious Dirty Mike.
What's up, fam?
So, where did we leave off? We were talking about...
I was
The
talking
schedule.
about how much I hate when people say the water looks like chocolate milk.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
That
don't like
grinds
that
my
either.
gears so hard.
I don't
Because
like
it's
that
like
either.
orange. It's not brown.
This,
It doesn't look like a tasty beverage.
it's like a canned Yoo-hoo.
I've seen some that looks like, I could probably drink that, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't, I guess, I'm from Florida, obviously. The water doesn't really turn muddy like that because we don't have clay soil. It's like sandy soil, so the water only gets muddy from the wind, really, not the rain, generally.
I've seen Lake Eufaula pretty chocolatey before.
I've seen it muddy, but, like, I've never said, like, man, that looks like some chocolate milk.
The funniest thing I heard about that was, I guess it was on No Free Shoutouts, Luke Duncan's podcast, when they said, he said he hates, I think it was, maybe not, I could be thinking of something else, but someone said, we're going to go out and swing for the fences. And they were like, are you not swinging for the fences every single time you go out? Like,
Yeah,
why were you not already
exactly.
going out and trying to catch the 5 biggest fish possible? You know, that's the truth right there.
I don't know. I'm always swinging, I guess.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
we're always swinging.
Speaking
Missing
of
a lot.
Luke Duncan, we're making this podcast because you wouldn't let me be the co-host at the UFAL event of the MPFL.
This was the next
So
best
Dirty
thing.
Mike is coming for you, bro.
Yeah, Dirty Mike is coming back for some revenge.
Tell me, Luke Duncan, if you happen to see this, please let me know if you liked the way I had all my friends from the Auburn Bass team blow up the Instagram.
He didn't even have him do that. That came organically.
Yeah.
Yeah, organic growth.
Just let me know what you thought about that. DM me.
Well,
Dirty Mike Fishing.
we got something pretty special going on here at the Auburn University Bass team.
We
Two
do.
things pretty special.
Yeah, two things. We'll touch on the first one. What do we got going on, Mike? I think there's some new looks going around. Some people breaking their necks going down the highway, something like that.
You know, we got, what's the number?
We got 2 from last year and 20 brand new.
A
Boat
fleet of
wraps.
22.
22 boat wraps.
And I'll tell you what's cool. Not all of them are the same.
No.
So you'll be like, whoa, that one's kind of different. I like that one a little better. We're keeping you honest.
And another cool thing is a lot of them are the same. So if you see someone doing bad things that has a boat wrap, there's no one. Who's it going to be?
Yeah.
Or if you see something really good, just read the name on the side.
Or you think you're following this guy around the lake, but you're really following another guy that looks the same, and he's not on them.
The
Exactly.
funniest thing was when we first wrapped our boats. I think Smith Lake last year was the first event that we had the wraps, and we had 6 that were all pretty close to the same, and I believe all 6 of us were there. And I had somebody come up to me at the weigh-in and be like, "Dude, you are in every pocket that I'm fishing." And I didn't think anything about it, and I was like, "Man, you just must be in some good pockets." And then after the second day, he saw us at the ramp. He's like, "Oh, I didn't know y'all had more than one wrap." So I feel like that's gonna happen a lot this year. They're gonna think they're following around me and Tucker, and they're gonna be on Jake and Chase or whoever, you know.
Speaking of which, how many spots are on a boat wrap?
How many spots?
Like sponsorship spots.
Okay, so we have bronze spots, which are along the top of the gunnel. We have 4 on each side. We have the gold spot, which is on the front on both sides, and the silver spot, which is on the back on both sides.
So that's 6 times, so that's 12 spots per boat.
12 spots per boat.
So if you're watching this, if this comes across your life and you got a company that you want to advertise, reach out to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got rolling billboards all over the place.
Yeah, we're. I'm sure this is not going to be a 1-year thing. We've done it the past 2 years, and this year we've had, tremendous success with 28 new boat wraps.
We've done some really big things as far as sponsorship and fundraising in college fishing that I just don't think is getting done at other programs.
Well, I don't think as many programs have what to offer that we do because we go out of the way to get creative with different. Anyone could sell a jersey spot. There's so many different things. but it's not just the jerseys, it's the social media, and it's the on the water. I mean, we've had success. Obviously, our team has been this last year. What did we finish 4th, and this year we've had struggled with COVID being able to get to the events, but we're still putting a name out for ourselves. Unlike, a lot of other teams, we just have so much to offer with everything.
I would say we're consistently one of the top 5, if not top 10 teams in School of the Year.
Yeah, and I think
we're generally one of the top 1 or 2 non-scholarship programs.
Yeah, I would say we're probably consistently the number 1 non-scholarship program.
It's another highlight. If you're a young guy in high school, you want to fish, and you don't think you're going to get offered a scholarship for fishing, look into Auburn. It's a great place to go to school.
Well, not just that you don't think you're going to be offered. I mean, fishing's awesome, but also going to college, that college experience is something that
Definitely.
I wouldn't pass up for anything.
Definitely.
And this is probably one of the few only schools that you can go to, and you can receive a good education,
top-notch education,
experience.
Great football
what
program.
It's like to go to a big SEC school, known around the globe. And then, so you have the big sports teams, the big academics, and then also our club sports being, we're just a club here at Auburn, but we still compete with all the varsity programs at all the other ones, and I think that's something to be said.
Definitely,
I would say something that's probably overlooked a lot by a lot of people too is the ability to fish pretty much for free, and you can almost do that at Auburn if you think you can fish better than everybody else. Because I don't know really how a lot of those smaller scholarship schools work, but I do know that they have probably a lot less money to work with, and here at Auburn, we pay for every single person's hotel for every single event.
Yep.
No matter what, if you want to go, you got a free place to stay. And we also reimburse, depending on the number of boats that go to the event, we reimburse your gas in your truck in your boat, the oil in your boat, and your entry fees. So you could potentially fish an entire season for free if you placed well enough at those events. Or, I think we're getting to the point maybe where looking down the road in a few years, we might be able to just pay for everybody to get to go fish if we keep raising money like we have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're not motivated enough to, while you're out there to do good, there's another motivation that you can, if you do well enough, at least, the whole team could suck, but if you do well enough within yourself, you can get everything paid for.
Yeah, so how it works is we, right now we reimburse our top 3 boats at each event. So you could be like 170th, 171st, and 172nd. But if you're the first 3 Auburn boats at that tournament, you're getting your gas paid for. And if we have over 9 boats, we do 4. If we have over 12, we do 5. So depending on the number of boats that go to these events, you could potentially, only have to be one of the top 5 Auburn boats. But obviously the goal is to do as good as possible. But
yeah.
When aren't you swinging for the fences?
Yeah, always swing for the fences.
A lot of fences are swung for here.
I bet if you went back on my Instagram, you could even see a picture of a post I've made where it said, "Well, we went out today swinging for the fences, and it just didn't make it happen."
Well, if you're on the right haunts, you're always swinging for the fences.
And if the water looks like chocolate milk, flip a jig.
Yeah, there's a bunch of hammers on the team.
All right. We got some big things coming. You want to touch on that, Logan?
Yeah, we're working up, I think, something it's going to be really cool. If we can get all the puzzle pieces put together, get it working just perfectly, everything goes smoothly, we're going to do something that I don't think anyone's ever done before. I don't really want to go
to this extent.
I don't really want to go too into detail on it, but I think that we have the potential to create, to break some ground on
some really good content.
Yeah, some good content.
That question earlier of where college fishing can go, I think this is something that we're going to take it. We're going to take it somewhere that it's never been before, and that's something that, I'm sure, I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm sure people looking at this, whenever they see
it just speaks to what we're trying to do with the program here.
Yeah, no, we're not just showing up to fish. We're trying to leave a lasting impact.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm super excited about it. I know y'all are too. I'm
pumped.
As a high schooler, I wondered, what it was like to fish in college, I wanted to know what that was like, and there's not really, besides asking people about it, there's no way to know, and I think we might be able to offer a glimpse into what college fishing looks like this year, like up close and personal.
Between that and this podcast, I mean, it's really going to open some people's eyes about how fun this really is and how rewarding it can be.
Definitely.
It's awesome.
Definitely.
But, so I don't really want to give too much away about it, but just stay tuned on social media in the next couple weeks. I think we're going to have a pretty big announcement, hopefully, if everything goes right. I'm very excited about it. I don't know about y'all, but I think this could be really big for college fishing.
Definitely.
For years to come.
Yeah, this is, I mean, I don't want to beat around the bush here, but it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of hammers for sure.
But, just make sure you guys keep up with us on social media so you see what this is that we've been teasing you about, and also this podcast. And let us know what you guys think about this episode so far and where you want to see it go, because we plan on doing this pretty frequently. So
yeah, we if this podcast blows up, get some good following, I think this is something like maybe we could keep doing after we're done with college. Maybe this is how we stay connected to the Auburn Bass team.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I think it could be really cool. So, I mean, we're only working on the first episode, but I'm having a blast.
Yeah, it's been a
fun.
good time for sure.
It's a different experience, but I'm liking it.
I don't know. I think we may have to have 3 or 4 or 5 episodes to get on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, so we may only be able to post this on Instagram. But for sure, if you're do what? And YouTube. All right, Instagram and YouTube. So it's our producer over there, Mitchell Peterson. No free shout-outs. But,
Peterson.
But executive producer on a not-so-live whatever.
Unfortunately, we can't shout him out because he's wearing a conflicting shirt.
Yeah, conflicting
Unreal.
Sponsors. Yeah,
Unreal.
This guy.
Update, he just took his shirt off. He's good here.
Uh-oh, he's got his shirt off now.
What's happening?
Cherokee freshman year. Do you remember that tournament?
Yeah, I have the same shirt. Yeah.
I heard that tournament was awesome. That was the year before I came to Auburn.
You knocked off all my love letters over there off the desk.
He sure did.
I'm not kidding. There's some love letters. Such wrote them himself.
I've been writing letters to Logan for the past 6 years, probably, trying to get him to notice me. But
I'll tell you how you get Logan to notice you. Put a hammer emoji on his Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to help me out in the comments some, I see some of these other guys post, man, I just get a little jealous. I get a little upset,
I know we're all
People
about...
getting 18, 20 plus comments. I'm only got 3 over here.
I know we're all about no free shout-outs, but since we're the hosts, I feel like we should be able to shout out our social media platforms.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, for sure.
So fire them away.
all right, my personal Instagram is CJ Maddox 17. My real name is Carson Maddox or CJ, but
They don't need your birth certificate.
you call me Such.
Yeah, that's Such right there.
That's what they call me.
My Instagram is Logan_Parks_fishing. My real name is Logan Parks. I go by LFP. And if you want to just check that out, check out the in the bio. I got a link tree to all my other social medias. If you want to check out the YouTube, check out the TikTok, get some things going there. Yeah, drop a hammer on Such's post though for sure.
Well, it's Dirty Mike Fishing for me on Instagram. You can check me out on YouTube on my brother's YouTube channel, Donnie Cawthon. We generally fish together, so I'm in all his videos. And that's all I got as far as social media.
Yeah, I mean, you can follow me on my MySpace, but
Am I on your top 5?
yeah, you're on my. I don't know what it is. I've never had MySpace.
Okay,
But
I
for
just aged myself really bad right there.
For sure, check out at Auburn University Bass Team.
Definitely.
That's sure that's where you're watching this right now. But drop a follow, drop a hammer in the comments. We may or may not pick out a winner next week.
And if you are a big Auburn fan and you want to support the Auburn fishing team, check out our merch store.
Yeah,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Big time.
AuburnFishing.com, right? AuburnBassFishing.com. If
Which
you
you
Google Auburn Bass Fishing, it probably isn't going to come up. You got to go in the URL AuburnBassFishing.com. It'll take you straight there. If
We
you
got
just
some
want to
cool
donate,
stuff up
I mean,
There'll be a link in the description.
yeah, link in the description.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, drop a comment. Drop a comment in the YouTube or the Instagram, besides the hammer emoji, and let us know what you guys think of the first podcast. And maybe ask us some questions. What do you want to hear covered on the next one? We might give you a no free shout out. You never know.
Please comment some questions, and we'll try to pick a couple out and go over them. And hopefully that helps us not have to plan as much for the next podcast. We can just start going over the stuff.
Also, next week, we got some big plans. Got a special guest coming in.
Oh, special guest.
Coming in hot.
Big guest.
Not going to say anything else, but you guys aren't going to want to miss next week. I got a good feeling about it.
You've heard his name, no doubt.
If you are part of the fishing universe, shout out to Stray Cast right there.
No free
shout outs.
You're going to want to be here next week. It's
absolutely.
We got a celebrity going to be on. I think we're going to do it on phone, unless we work some things out with a video call, but big time bass guy. Big bass guy.
We're going to try and do it on Zoom, but the Wi-Fi here at the undisclosed location is a little slow, so we don't want to be laggy, but we're going to try and we're going to have him on either way. Some form, shape, ghost, whatever it is, he's going to be on here.
Yeah, you'll see. All right, guys. Well,
I think
that covers it.
Yeah,
I think that's about it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Let us know what you think.
All right.
We'll see you around.